Get mantra and meditation MP3s at JasonGallant.ca.
One thing people tend to forget on the spiritual journey is that when you apply spiritual practice such as mantra, meditation, breathing, or jnana yoga, and we touch on jnana yoga sometimes here, which is basically deeply investigating who you are and realizing that little word called I is not who you are at all. It's something beyond that. So every time you unravel just a small piece of your false identification or your false identity, then an unraveling begins, like, taking a string off a tapestry, right? Or pulling a string out of a tapestry, and slowly but surely it starts to change the pattern. Now at first, in the mental level, it's very quick. It's just, oh wow, I don't identify with that part of myself anymore, or that thought, or that story. But then what happens is there's an unraveling on the emotional level, like how this new I experiences everything. And then there's an unraveling of the physical experiences, how the physical body experiences everything. And of course, at first, you will feel the illusion before realizing the fruit. It's like I like to say, it's like a lot like vomiting. You're basically expelling that program that you will no longer live. And if the program is unpleasant, then the expelling of it will be the reliving of that unpleasantness for a period of time. And this is what we call the spiritual cleanse. So just because this happens, it doesn't mean you're going backwards. Now, the other thing that happens, which is hilarious in some way, is that whenever you let go of the old you, there's a doorway, at least I found this, a doorway of stupidity, as far as you may forget all the spiritual concepts that you had neatly put in the file folders of your mind. Like, all about this spiritual cleansing thing, all about the fact that, yes, I have to reverse engineer this illusion, I have to experience the traumas or the emotions and just allow them to move through without any sort of judgment. I know all this stuff, but it's funny, when you are in the eye of the storm, a lot of times you will forget. Or at least on the outskirts. Once you find the eye of the storm, then funny enough, you're actually okay. So I have found, in certain cases, confusion can also be cleansed out. Because we are moving into a state of deeper wisdom, right? So what is the opposite of wisdom? One could say stupidity or confusion, right? So you gather all this wisdom. You've watched all my videos, right? Only my videos, of course. You don't need anybody else's, but I'm just saying, if you've watched all my videos, you might have read books, you've probably meditated for years, and then you have these moments where you forget everything. You forget it all. That's a good sign. That's all I'm saying. It's a sign that you're letting go of your paint by numbers orientation through life. You're letting go of a template which has to do with the old identity. So you're transitioning from template to a deeper level of reality. And that is here in the moment. It's a relationship between this moment. It's an organic and authentic communication that unravels piece by piece, moment by moment. You know, so often people engage in a situation and they already have an idea what they're going to say and what they're going to do. And because of this idea being in the forefront of their mind, most often they're not even listening to the people in front of them. And it is also the same with life. When you hold on to a template, an idea of where life's supposed to go and what's supposed to happen and your identity on all this and what it means about you, you're missing a massive experience that is already here before you. A very organic unraveling of reality. It's really beyond explanation, but this can deepen in you. And this is very confusing to the mind. The mind is all about steps and organization and memories of past, right? But the mind isn't about this moment. The mind is always living in the past. So if you're doing spiritual practice and you have some experiences, and one of them can be confusion, don't worry quite so much. That's when you apply your trust muscles or faith muscles or understanding that there's something greater that's happening that is governed by a higher intelligence. Your only job is to allow in that moment. So I hope this helps you on your spiritual journey. Take care for now.
Are you interested in working with a spiritual teacher in a formal setting? Well, perhaps the Wisdom Life School is for you. If you're interested in checking out what the Wisdom Life School is all about, just go to aratima.com.